Okay, here we go, last part. My wife's now going to attempt to put the accelerometer on the front hub. Excuse hands, fingers and stuff. It's not very difficult, like I say. Make sure it's on the top when you do it. I'll see if I can get a little bit closer. Make sure it's on the top, you put it on. Keep it in place, hold the rubber band, pull it around. If you can do it. Go on, Joe. There we go. I'll come on the other side. I don't know if you can see it there, it's a bit dark, sorry about that. It's on the top and the... Alright, there we are. The rubber band has gone round the hub and is hooked over the hook there. This thing is trying to focus to see if it's live and it's not working. Sorry. As you can see, it's on the top there. She stretched the band round and hooked it on the rubber hook at the front there. As best you can see. Now we'll do the crank arm next for the cadence sensor. Right, this is the cadence sensor. I placed one of the rubbers, I sort of trial fitted it. I placed one of the rubbers on it. You need, I'll grab the other one a second, you need the rubber, so don't put the rubber on that way on the hooks because there's some hooks on the top there. Don't put the rubber on that way, you need the rubber to go on this way, so you have the central part of the three bits. Obviously you're going straight through the middle of the last two bits hooking on either side. Like that, it goes through the middle and it stretches around the crank arm, and goes exactly the same fashion on the other side. Make sure you choose the correct rubber for the size of your crank arm. You don't want it, even though it might seem when you put it on, oh I can't get the, you're putting on the smallest one on maybe, and I can't get it on, it's too tight, I can't stretch it around, and then you go for the bigger one, and you think, oh that went on really easy, it's really nice. You don't want it to wobble up and down, you don't want it to move up and down your crank arm. It needs to be really tight on the crank arm, doesn't need to move around. So you might want to do a bit of trial and error with the three sizes. I did when I first did mine. I went through all three to make sure I had the right size one, so it was the tightest it could be, so it wouldn't move on my crank arm. On this one, we've gone for the middle size because she has quite a chunky crank arm. So it's quite a tight fit. So I'm not sure if she's going to have the muscle to do it, but we'll give it a go. You've got to give a bit of a pull when you put it around the crank arm. It needs to have a bit of force. So if you are a female doing this and you don't have a lot of strength, see if you can get a guy to do it for you, or just struggle if necessary. But yeah, try and do it yourself. If you can't do it yourself, make sure you get someone to do it for you, obviously. All right. So go ahead, Joe. Give it a go. You want it far enough away from your foot on the pedal. You want it far enough away from your foot, so when you actually engage your foot on the pedal, you're not going to continually rub your shoe on the back of the rubber there as it wraps around the crank arm. So make sure when you fit it, if you get a chance and you put your shoes in and you find it rubbing, take it off if you can. Either that or try and slide it down the crank arm so it's further down. We have Houston, do we have a problem?
I've got one side.
We have one side. Do you want me to try and manhandle the rest? I don't mind. Have you got it? Have you successfully managed it? Nope. We'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, we're back. So you almost managed it, almost. I had to put the last side of rubber on because it was quite tight.
Yes.
You see, we've put it on there, wrapped it round. As you can see, I'll come a little bit closer. Apologies for the light, it's a weird light in here. Move the shoe out of the way. We put the shoe on. Basically, so as you can see, it goes on one side on the clips. Obviously on the inside of your crank arm, don't put it on the outside. and then it hooks round the other side, exactly the same fashion, same clips either side. And then I would suggest you trial fit, I'll swing it round 2 seconds, and then trial fit your shoe basically. So if I move it there like that, trial fit your shoe so you know when you're clipping in, when you've clipped in, if you're clipping in that is, that you're not going to rub the rubber ring on the back of the unit, because if you start doing that you'll end up rubbing it too much and it'll probably snap. But here we've got miles of room, absolutely miles of room of clearance. So there we are. So you have one Cadence sensor on the inside of the crank arm. That's actually a better angle, like that. And obviously we fitted the speed sensor on the front, like so. And that's easy as that. It should only take you all of 5 minutes. 5 minutes to fit both sensors.
What's it connecting to Garmin?
No problem at all. And the beeping you probably hear, if you do hear any beeping, is the Garmin trying to connect to my phone. So there we are. This is part 4 of the Garmin 510. I hope you found this video informative. There was a few other things on there I could have gone through, but when you get it yourself, look through the menus. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just go through the menus, have a fiddle, see what you can do. Like I said before, the bike profile side of it, you can put more information about your bike if you want to, wheel size, how much it weighs and so on, but you don't have to if you don't want to. It's not essential. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just go through all the functions, have fun with it. Make sure, if you're going to, like I said before, connect to your phone, make sure you have your Bluetooth on your phone. Make sure it's on. Just because it's on the Garmin Connect doesn't mean it's on your phone, so make sure that's on, otherwise you'll have major problems trying to set it up. Trying to get it to pair, it just won't. So there, and also don't forget that it's not on Windows, it's only on iOS and Android. Okay, and the Strava information, like I said, is quite important if you want to go straight to load to Strava. Don't have to plug it into your computer. It's easy to go straight from Garmin Connect to Strava. Quite easy. Go back over the video I've said. Find the bit about connecting to Strava via Garmin Connect, and it's so easy, so easy. Anyone can do it. So there you go. Right, that's the last part. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do actually like it. I hope so. And I'll see you in the next one.